Awesome. Thank you, Manpreet.
Okay, well, I will go ahead and get us started then. My name is Madison Han. I am our meeting and events manager here at Doug. So I help run our local meetup program as well as all of our regionals. So just here to tell you a little bit about Doug, kind of go through some intros and help answer any questions you might have. So Doug is a free community for users, implementers, and resellers of Microsoft business applications. Our main goal is to support the Microsoft Dynamics 365, GP, Power Platform, and AI community. And we want to be able to give attendees the tools and information they need to excel and grow in their personal and professional careers. Our rules of engagement is that we essentially ask that these meetups are held to be solely educational. So please no sales pitches. We want everybody to feel comfortable to come here and just gain some education and learn as much as possible. So please no selling of your personal products or services. Dynamics User Group, or DUG for short, we offer multiple different programs. So we have online discussion forums for free where people can go and ask questions about a specific product and get as many answers as they would like from the community. We also have free virtual webinars year round. We have a sponsorship team up program. We also have local meetups like this one where people can join local meetups virtually or in person and get some free education. If they are posted virtually and they're hosted like this one virtually, we'll actually post it to our YouTube channel. So we have a good YouTube channel that you guys can check out and see what everybody else around the world is talking about. And then we have some conferences and regionals, which I'll get into in just a minute. So our largest conference of the year is DynamicsCon 2026. This is happening May 12th through the 15th in Las Vegas. This is our largest conference of the year. It is community run, and we're going to have about 350 speakers at the event. It'll focus on all Dynamics 365, GP, Power Platform, and AI. And we're going to have lots of networking and fun community events as well. This is community led, so the planning committee who selects sessions is actually members of the community. So we really try and get feedback from what you guys want to hear about and have those sessions be that. So we're really excited. Your leaders do have a 15% off discount code to share with you. So if you would like to attend, go ahead and get that discount code from your leaders and get signed up. Next up is our 2026 DynamicsCon regionals. These are a little bit larger in scope than local meetups, but not quite as big as our large conferences. So they're close to 150 to 300 attendees typically. We actually just went to Tampa this past Wednesday for our Southeast Regional. Next up, we're going to Vancouver, Canada for our Pacific Northwest Regional on March 20th. We're going to Rocky Mountain on April 9th. We'll be in Toronto in mid-June and Accra, Ghana in late July. Then we're going to Columbus, Ohio in August, Montreal in mid-September, Germany in early October. The tentative date for that is October 9th. And then last one is Texas in early November, right before all the holidays. So these will focus all on F&O, CE, Business Central, Power Platform, AI. Same thing, we'll have a different track for each session room where you'll learn lots of great education. So if you're interested in learning more, you can scan that QR code. And that is all from me. But if anybody has any questions, please feel free to drop a question in the chat. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. Thanks, everybody.
Perfect. Thank you for that, Madison, and welcome everyone again. So just quickly will introduce myself. I'm Pradeep Raja, one of the leaders of this DUG. I'm a Power Platform and Dynamics 365 Solutions Architect. And today we have Mitul. So Mitul is a senior data engineer at Longview Systems. He specializes in Azure-based data engineering and AI solutions with hands-on expertise in Azure Data Factory, Fabric, Copilot Studio, and retrieval augmented generation. He is DP 600 certified and brings in a strong academic foundation in AI and a passion for intelligent automation. So, welcome, Mitul. And yeah, we're really excited for the session on how we could essentially use multi agents using Copilot Studio. So, over to you, Mitul, whenever you're ready.
Thanks, Pradeep, and thanks everyone for inviting me for this session. Thanks, Manpreet, as well for keeping me part of this group. So, should we on be cameras or is it fine without cameras? Just asking.
Yeah, whatever you're comfortable with, Mitul. Yeah.
Okay, okay, fine. I'll go on camera because I feel it a little bit more interactive. Anyone interested can be on camera. That will make it more interactive session because I'm here right now, like just to present, not just to present, but to learn as well on more on this because AI is something new and we need to learn each and every day more on this in order to keep growing. That's what I believe. So feel free to share and give your insights as well, so that even I get a chance to learn from you all. So I think we can start with the session now. We're good to start, right, Pradeep?
Yes, let's go. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, so the session type is like I'll be presenting you. I mean, I know there's a lot of the theory going on around this Copilot Studio, agents, AI, everything. So we're presenting the brief about what it is, and we'll see a quick demo as well. A Kickstarter demo, I would say. I mean, not the complete real scenario use case, but at least for you to kickstart your journey, like how we can connect different agents in Copilot Studio, how we can connect agents from Foundry or Fabric into Copilot Studio. I mean, there are a lot of ways of building agents and deploying it, but our today's focus would be using Copilot Studio because it's one of my favorite tool to develop agents, and I think it must be with others as well over here. So how many of you over here, I mean, have worked extensively with Copilot Studio? I know Manpreet is one of them, definitely, yes. Uh, how about others? I mean, how is your experience with Copilot Studio?
Yeah, I've been leveraging Copilot Studio at work. So we're trying to build a couple of agents. So specifically to create efficiencies for business analysts and project managers.
Mhm.
So, like developing an agent for creating user stories just based on like discovery notes provided, and a test case agent as well. And yeah, of course, EY as a firm is also looking into multiple agent use cases using Copilot Studio. So yeah, so far it's been great.
Yeah, that's really great. I mean, really great use cases. Definitely the things which I would be sharing, you, Pradeep, you might be aware or, but yeah, let's have a Kickstarter for everyone who is looking for the journey in Copilot Studio and what all more we can do because the tools are updating on a daily basis. Because I prepared my demo like last week, and even if I check today, I see some new things into it definitely. So it's growing on a daily basis. It's upgrading this tool.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'll quickly share my screen. So this is just a slide. So yeah, our today's session is like building multi-agent AI system with Copilot Studio, like more than one agents we would be looking into, like how can we connect different agents and what role each agent plays in their own defined task, whatever it is assigned to them. So usually we can achieve a lot more things with single agent as well, but as the use cases grow, the complexity grows, and then there is a dire need of like segregating the task into different agents. Like one agent is assigned for one task, the other agents are assigned for another task, which makes it much more easier. As we all know, this is AI, so it hallucinates a lot. This is what I've experienced. So when we try to put in everything into one single agent, it becomes difficult for an agent to understand and perform the task as well. So that's the reason maybe Microsoft has come up with this multi-agent architecture in Copilot Studio, where you can combine different agents from different tools and publish in one single agent and send it to a user. So quickly about me, I mean, yeah, Pradeep has given a great intro about me. So I'm a senior data engineer. I'm Mitul, senior data engineer at Longview Systems, and Yeah, I love technology, AI, and robotics and everything. I'm an avid robotics fan, so I love playing with hardware as well, along with software. And I'm an active community speaker. Thanks to you all for giving me a chance to be a part of this community. And that's my LinkedIn. I believe many of us are connected on LinkedIn, but those who are not, happy to connect and learn and share more on this AI and other related technologies. So today's agent agenda would be like a quick thing, like we'll say what are chatbots, what is an agent, different types of agents, what are Copilot Studio agents, how multi-agents are related, how we can connect with AI Foundry, and then a quick demo. So we all are aware about the script-based chatbots. I mean, we are far in an agent journey right now, but I would just like to give an overview of how it all started. I mean, we used to have an like prior to 2022, we used to have like chatbots which were script-based. I mean, we used to define everything into that, the complete rules, the logics. And those were handled by some NLP tools in Azure, also known as Power Virtual Agents in Azure. So it used to have like fixed intent content about it and what needs to be done. So it was like a lot more coding or a lot more giving the information upfront. That was something the script-based chatbot used to be, and it used to perform the task which it was meant to be, like one chatbot for one particular task. You cannot make it dynamic or extend it to different use case or functionalities. So then everyone knows LLM came, ChatGPT came, and we started our agent journey. We started building agents. So how agents are different than chatbots? I mean, it's very important to understand. Even I'm trying to in the use cases that are deployed, I try to make a demarcation like, okay, this is something what an requirement is. This is a chatbot. It's not an agent. So agents are something more than a chatbot. So though they are intelligent, they can perform the task independently. They are dynamic. I mean, one agent can perform different tasks of like retrieval, doing a task and performing on its own autonomously. So that's what agent is all about. Agents can be triggered autonomously, or it can trigger a different workflows into a different system. I mean, that definitely cannot be done using our single script based chatbots. Also, agent can support like multimodal interactions, like images, text, the long documents, everything. It can be processed by the agents. And our tool that we have, like Copilot Studio AI Foundry, are very well capable of supporting this long document processing and everything, like techniques using AI search and all. And also agents are someone who learns on them. Like there is a feedback loop always. So whenever we design an agent, that's what my perspective is. I always keep a feedback loop into it where I get the feedback from the user who is using it, and then I review it on a weekly basis, and then I check what needs to be changed in this agent, because developing an agent is an iterative approach. It's a process. It's not a one product, I would say. So you always need to have the feedback, incorporate those feedback, and then publish your agent. So that's where your agent journey goes on. So whenever we develop an agent on the first go, definitely it won't perform to the best or what we have planned for. There will be a lot of errors, bugs, and everything. But when as soon as we get the feedback, we keep on updating our agent. So that's how the agent journey goes on. I develop an agent for one of our client, and it's almost a year, and we keep on updating that. I mean, the agent has gone from like a very simple thing to a like most intelligent thing right now in a 1 year span. So that's what my experience is with agents. Also, the agents can be deployed across different domains like financial, telecom, retail, banks, anywhere and everywhere agents can be deployed these days. I mean, we all have been seeing like agents on flight booking sites. Airlines are deploying agents for flight bookings, for customer support, HR support. Agents can be deployed across. So this is how the agent flow looks like. A simple agent flow where there is a large language model, there are some instruction givens, and there are some tools connected to it. Tools as in some action which needs to be performed, some prompt flows like from AI builders, some flows in Power Automate are connected to the agents. When we get the input can be any system event, any user message, or any calling from an agent as well. So anything, either of this can invoke an agent, and the output that we get is some action or the messages, like we are chatting with the agent or we are asking our agent to perform some action. So that can be the output. So this is how the high level agent flow looks like. Uh,
Excuse me, can I
so
ask question?
yeah, sorry.
Can I ask question about the last slide?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so you mentioned that the tool and the action should be outside of the agent's environment. Is it like always the case? Like, should we always go like whenever we have workflows and actions, it has to be maybe outside of the agent's uh, agent environment and context. Is that correct?
Yes. So this does not depict that it's outside the agent environment. This shows that the agent, the core of the agent, what the core of the agent. So I'll show in the Copilot Studio demo when I'll show that. So when we create an agent, what are the things which is directly associated with the agent, and the tools and the action is something not in Copilot Studio, but in Power Platform itself as a package. So it is a part of Power Platform. So it can be integrated, let's say Power Automate flows. It is something not in Copilot Studio directly. They have integrated in Copilot Studio right now, but that is something sits in a different window or something like that, where you create a flow and you attach that flow to your agent that you have built. So agent is one thing that you build. The other thing is your flow that you build and you attach both of them. So that's what it says, it resembles. So the environment is same. Everything, the whole thing which is shown over here sits in one single environment. It's not a different environment. But yeah, it might sit into like your prompt flow might be in AI Builder. Your one email action flow would be in Power Automate, and how you can connect all of them to build a much more intelligent agent and deliver it to a user. That way it is. So it will be clear once I go to the demo. I'll show you how we can create the agent and connect different flows to it. Uh, did I answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So agent can be developed and deployed to like the Microsoft 360, Microsoft Copilot. I mean, we can develop our agent and deploy to Microsoft Copilot as well. This is like as it's upgrading on a daily basis. This was not available earlier, but it has started now. It can be developed to your applications, different your whatever applications you have, agent can be deployed to them, maybe deployed to Teams, WhatsApp, Slack, etc. Or your custom website. If there are any website, agent can be deployed and delivered to the websites as well, the way it is needed by your organization. So how the spectrum of agents look like, this is very important to understand. So what we see is like retrieval based agent. This is the simplest most agent, I would say. I mean, you have a sets of document attached as a knowledge source to your agent, and you are making a customer support agent where when a user asks about something, you need to retrieve the information from the document, and the document can be connected directly via AI search into Fabric. Your data can be in Fabric anywhere. So that way you retrieve the information and you make a retrieval based agent. So that is nothing but just retrieving the information and kind of a customer support agent. The next is task based agent. So when there a task needs to be performed, let's say you retrieve the information and you perform a task onto that. And let's say sending an email or creating a ticket or booking a flight, something like that. So that is something a task needs to be performed. So when any task comes into picture, we make use of Power Automate Flow. That's the best thing that we have. The connectors, there are like plenty of connectors which can be connected to external world using Power Automate. That can be done in Copilot Studio. So that is something that we use. The third comes as like autonomous agents, which operate independently, which does not require human intervention. Like I won't be chatting with the agent like saying, "Hi, hello, give me these details." Rather, my agents are invoked using some emails or anything. Let's say I send an email, my agent gets invoked and it performs the desired task, which is instructed to be performed. So that comes like autonomous agent. So if we see the complexity increases as we move towards right side. I mean, these are the simplest most agent to not that simple, but yeah, the complexity involved is less in this kind of agents. Where in advanced agents where multi-agents also connect with each other. One agent calls another agent. You develop different agents and connect together, put different settings, instructions. All those things needs to be managed. So the complexity varies as we move on, like advanced agents. So these are like broad categories of agents that uh, are categorized and can be looked upon when we are doing any task or meeting with any client or taking any requirements. We can ourselves categorize our agents into these three, like where it comes, like it's just a retrieval based, just a task based, or it's autonomous. And as I said earlier, that for there are a range of tools for agent creation. It's not only Copilot Studio. I mean, it comes with as easy as like Agent Builder in Microsoft 365, wherein a simple agent can be built with using the Copilot Studio Lite version with very minimal coding or anything required. It's just drag and drop. Sorry. It's just drag and drop, and you can build your agent as simple as possible way. The next come is Copilot Studio, which is for makers, which is a like a low code, no code tool where coding is not as such there, but yeah, you might have to give some functions and kind of things into that. And the rest of the thing is based on is it's completely on the UI, and you can build the complete orchestrator logic and everything. That's for the makers. And there are something called the pro code developers. We have Visual Studio, GitHub, M365 Agent Toolkit, new agent development framework, semantic kernels. You can use AI Foundry and a lot more customized models available in Foundry. Definitely, Copilot Studio has got limited sets of model, but even now, Copilot Studio can be leveraged to connect to models from AI Foundry. But you need more customization, more control over your orchestration logic. Then you go with like pro code development thing. So today we would be focusing here Copilot Studio and how we can leverage little bit things from AI Foundry. That's what we would be looking into. So choose the tool that best fits your need. I mean, it depends on your organization and your requirements. So like you need a low code or a pro code tool. So low code is, I mean, there are like rapid authoring, visual canvas, there are quick canvas which can be built, created, published, and deployed. And there is like it's like a software as a service. You get everything on web and you can create quickly. And pro code on the other side is like completely goes into the existing DevOps process. Technically, more skilled users, you need to move more into coding, and you get more customized and control. So when we use pro code, definitely you can control it in a much more better fashion than using the standard tools that we use. So it's completely your choice what's required by your organization. Simple. Like there's a simple comparison of Copilot Studio versus Visual Studio and GitHub. Like yes, the Copilot Studio agents can be published to 15 plus internal and external channels. You can connect different agents using connected agent technique or child agent. Similarly, here you have multi-agent workflow and agent framework for developing the agents. It has got pre-built action and custom and plugin actions. That's something via Power Automate that we get. There are knowledge source which can be attached like Azure AI Search, Bing, Fabric, SharePoint, etc. I'll go through this all in my demo. So there are default pre-built orchestrator already available in Copilot Studio. And Foundry, we have got Foundry agent service. We can create the agent. We can connect the agents using Foundry agent service. If I get some time, I'll throw some light on that as well in my demo. Foundry models are there in both the places. So Foundry models can be connected to Copilot Studio as well now that we make in deploy in Foundry. So there's a quick comparison of like low code versus pro code thing. I mean, both of them are good in like achieving the results, but what way is it, what's your requirement, what's your skill set of your organization, and how you want to take it to user, that depends on you, and that way the decision can be taken with respect to the cost and everything. So what we see is like multi-agent orchestration in Copilot Studio. So build multi-agent scenarios connecting to agents from other services in Copilot Studio. So what we see is like and this agents can talk to each other. Like you develop one agent which does one particular task, you deploy another agent which does another task, and you connect both of them. So also not only agents in Copilot Studio can be connected, but the agents created in AI Foundry or using M365 Agent Toolkit SDK or using a Fabric data agents. Has anyone worked over here worked with Fabric data agents? Anyone with Fabric data agents?
I have not, Mitul. Yeah, I'm excited
Okay.
to hear about it. Yeah.
So Fabric Data Agents is a good piece of like agent service that is created in Fabric, which does like most of the analysis task, not too much of like intelligence like Copilot Studio. But if your data sits in Fabric, you can create data agents in Fabric which can connect to your data sources in Fabric and everything. And the good part of this, the beautiful part of this is this agents can be now taken out from Fabric and deployed to external world using Copilot Studio. So your Copilot, I'll show that demo as well, that how you can connect your Fabric data agents in your Copilot Studio and publish it to your users. So that is something a good thing which even Copilot Studio supports now. And also like you can create a child agent or you can connect different agents. So I'll explain the difference between them in my demo. So this is how the overall multi-agent orchestration in Copilot Studio works. So I would say there are a lot of ways like agents can be created and deployed. Sometimes we find it confusing. I myself like which is the best approach to create this, but as we work more on the use cases, we go down the funnel and see, okay, this is the best thing which can work right now for us. So Microsoft has given like multiple ways the agents can be created and taken to outer world. Now it's up to us like solutioning it, which is the best way in terms of cost, usage, effectiveness, and performance and everything, and decide based on that. So this is how the Copilot Studio looks like. I mean, there is a built-in orchestrator. We have topics in Copilot Studio. I'll show a simplified diagram for this as well later. We connect knowledge sources. We have different connectors, flows, prompt, tools, etc. So this is the Copilot Studio standalone, which used to look like last year. This was something Copilot Studio was when it was newly launched. So then came like agents. So we can connect different agents which are created in Copilot Studio together. So that came something next, like connecting agents which are in Copilot Studio with each other and performing some tasks. What next came is connected agents like different from M365 agent, SDK, Azure AI Fountain, Fabric Data Agent. So now even this can be done. So Copilot Studio is not specific to the Copilot Studio. It can be extended with other tools as well, with its own built-in logic orchestrator. So the beauty of Copilot Studio is like you get it's easy to develop. I would say for me, I mean, yeah, you need a lot of logic and everything to build an agent, but you can quickly spin up an agent, connect with other agents, and deploy it to your client space. So that's what something it's very fast as compared to like we go in Foundry, set up Visual Studio Code, start writing code and everything.
Hey Mutul, I'm going to ask a basic question, might help the entire group. So,
Mhm.
how do you differentiate a Copilot Studio agent from a like a M365 Copilot agent, which is also referred to as Copilot Studio Lite, I guess, or Copilot Lite?
Yeah, right. So with respect to Copilot Studio, we can do a lot more, I would say, intelligent task, a full version.
Mm-hmm.
I can connect different knowledge sources, data, like ground data sits in like different places, much more complicated logic, different kinds of topics can be used. Topics can be called different, more tools and actions can be integrated in Copilot Studio, full version. Whereas in light version, I have not developed directly the light version agents because I had some license issue. But with light version, what happens is you can connect with your SharePoint data or something which you have to spin up very quickly, and the person does not have much more technical knowledge into about all these things that are discussed, like
Mm-hmm.
orchestrator, building
Mm-hmm.
a flows and everything. So that is a light version can be used. Like I just create Copilot in my M365 agent, m365.microsoft.com.
Mm-hmm.
Click on create agent. It comes in a Copilot Studio Lite version window. I attach some documents. My agent is ready and can be used in M365 directly. So it
Perfect.
sits till there only.
Got
But
it.
Copilot
And
Studio can be taken anywhere.
got it. And from a use case standpoint, like, are we looking at the light version for like more like personal productivity, while Copilot
Yeah,
Studio
for
agents can be like enterprise-wide solutions?
Yeah, so light version can be more with the business users who just want to start their agent journey or want to spin up quickly. Like we can spin up agents in SharePoint as well. So I go to SharePoint side, I click on create agent, and my agent can be created quickly there. So this is something like if there's a business user who just want to do their day-to-day task without worrying about the logic and the processes behind that, can use that. But then if I have to develop an agent which does a lot of intelligent tasks, connect to different systems and all, I go to Copilot Studio that way.
Got it. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Thank
Yeah.
you, Mitul. Yeah.
So that's how the agent things looks like, what it can connect and how it can connect. Yeah. The next is which should I use? Like there is a concept called as in Copilot Studio is like a child agent and connected agent. So child agent is something where you have a small team managing the entire agent solution and you want to logically group the tools into different kind of agents, and the configuration settings are same for both the agents. You do not want to manage those agents separately. I mean, everything is managed in one single thing and your logic is not that complex. So you use a child agent thing. However, if there are agents which needs to be managed separately as well, and they have to be connected as well, even that can be done. So you let's say you develop two agents for your organization, one for HR and one for, let's say, travel team, and it needs to be deployed to two different teams. But there's a scenario where one team needs both the agent as well. So you connect those agents, manage them together and manage independently as well. So that's how connected agents and child agents comes into picture. I'll show you how it behaves in Copilot Studio. So this depends on your logic, like how your teams wants to use your different agents, and should it be like uh, should are the agents connect related to each other, or they're completely different but wants to be into one single master agent as well. So that's where like child agent and connected agent plays a role, and it's decided based on your use case.
Just a question there. Do we need to think about this architecture from the beginning, like before starting application, like developing, or actually we can change from separate agent to connected agent anytime, like depending on our needs or changing the requirements?
Yeah, so answer would be like yes and no. So you have to have a high level idea initially, like how many agents I would need, but usually that does not happen in the very beginning, as my personal experiences. So when I start building the agent, what I see is, okay, this task is something which is a very much specific thing. I need to separate it out from the agent completely. So I make a child agent out of it, but it is related to my that specific agent only. But let's say there are two completely different tasks, two completely different domain as well. So that's not a good idea to like put it in one single agent. Rather make two agents, connect it to a master agent and call that master agent from Teams or somewhere. So that's where high level we can think like the tasks that we have, are they related to each other, but sharing different things, or they're completely different from each other. So that is something we can make, we can decide in the beginning itself. Or else if we don't know, we can start developing the agent. So there is something called as topics in Copilot. Sorry, topics in Copilot Studio. So what you can do is you can make different topics, first of all, for a different task. But then you see that these topics are going too much messy. So then you think, okay, let me pull out this topic as a separate connected agent, child agent, rather than keeping it as a topic. So that agent does only that specific task. So this you get along when you start developing and start testing it as well. So it's like both the things. Have a high level idea in the beginning and start developing it, and then start branching out your agents. So that's how the agent journey goes for me. If anyone has any experience, separate experience, do share with me. Did I answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
So to answer your question, like one of my experience, I was developing an agent for customer support for one of our client, and what happened is they had a lot of data, knowledge sources situated in like external websites, some PDFs, SharePoints, and everywhere. But what they had is like they had their like rates, customer rates, some rates of this in the system which were updated on a daily basis. So that had to be separated out of all this other documents, because the agent was hallucinating a lot. So what I did is I made a specific rate agents and connected to that parent agent. So when anything related to rate comes in, it goes to only that agent and it doesn't touch any other agent, any other knowledge sources, any other documents, because the rates were so sensitive that no other information should coincide with that or should come in picture, should come in contact with that rates. So that was something very important. So rather than just making it as a topic, because topic might sometime multiple topic comes into picture, it matches. So I created a separate agent out of it. So it only picks that agent when anything related to rates comes into picture. But I kept it as a child agent because yeah, it was related to the same ecosystem of that customer service. So that's why I made it as a child agent. So this was one of my example, which I did it, 2 months ago, last month, sorry. So this is how the Copilot Studio architecture looks like. I mean, simplified version and some more technical version, I would say. There are knowledge sources, topics, generative answer nodes, actions, analytics channels. It can be deployed to different channels, different action like cloud flows, custom prompts, can be connected to blob storages. Knowledge sources can be like AI search, PDF documents, Foundry, your SharePoint, Fabric, Dataverse. So this is a subset of the actual Copilot Studio architecture, easy to understand of how Copilot Studio looks like. And so a simple AI agent mechanism, how it works. I mean, if I say I've been talking a lot about AI search, so how does that happen? So there is an agent created over here. You have your AI search, where like you create vectors and everything on your knowledge sources. I mean, there's a lot more into AI search. I'm just explaining high level. If I get a chance, I'll go into demo for this knowledge sources, and you connect your knowledge using AI search. I mean, you index your data using AI search. And then there is an LLM endpoint, which is in Copilot Studio. So what happens is when there is any query which comes, it goes to a knowledge source, it gets the information from here, and that everything, your prompt plus question plus your context goes to your LLM endpoint, and you get the final answer and it goes to the user. So this is how any simple agent works. Like there's a knowledge source, there's an LLM. So it goes to the knowledge source, it fetches information from the knowledge source, go to the LLM model, polishes it, makes it as per the instruction which are given to them, and send it to the final version to the user. So that's how any agent works, whether it's Copilot Studio or using Foundry. So this can be used when we develop agent using code, like what we need to do stepwise. This can be very useful, this logic if we have in mind. Yeah, so now let's see a quick demo for this, of how this agent things work. And before we start, everything is in Copilot Studio, definitely, but it does not work. Things need something from Azure as well. So we will need Azure OpenAI service to be deployed, Azure AI Search if we are using search service, and a storage account. So these are some basic things which we use from Azure in order to develop our agents in Copilot Studio. Share my other screen, the demo. So this is how my Copilot Studio screen looks like. I mean, there are a lot of agents deployed. So we can create an agent from here, like create blank agent. We want to do. So yeah, this is how the agent gets created. And as I told you earlier about that diagram of agent versus the tools and everything. So this is my agent window. Whether I'll show you better in this agent where I have everything created. So this is the retrieval plus task-based agent, and it's connected to different agent as well. That kind of agent is this. So this is my agent. This is my description. This is the model that is there over here, which GPT model I want to use. So it's GPT 4.1. That's the LLM portion. These are the instruction portion in the diagram that I was showing earlier. This is a knowledge source which is connected, which is in this agent itself. This is the tool. So this tool is an agent, but sits in a different AI builder. So this is something, a prompt which is created in AI builder. And there's a different agent connected to it as well. So this is how the overall picture looks like. So everything sits into the agent, but something might be in a different tool set or different services which you connect to Copilot Studio. So if I see my knowledge sources, so there is an AI search index which is created over here. So AI search index comes from here. You go to AI search service indexes, and this is the index which I have created. Are we even aware about AI search index creation, or you want me to go through quickly onto this?
Yeah, that would be beneficial, Mitul, if you can just
Okay,
quickly give a summary.
quickly, yeah. So this is the AI search. So what I do is I go into import data new. I mean, it's sometimes you feel like Microsoft is doing like there's import data new. So go on the new one. So the difference there is this one, yeah, does a complete vectorization and semantic re-ranking and everything happens. So what happens is my data sits into my RAG, my blob storage. So there's a keyword search, RAG or multimodal RAG. So keyword search is specifically only specific to like keyword related search. RAG is something where you go with text and image processing both, and which is still a simple thing. Multimodal RAG is like there are complex workflows, complex images, and everything involved. You select multimodal RAG. So we go with RAG over here because our document has only text, but we need a RAG wherein it makes an intelligent output out of it. It's not only keyword based search. So there are a lot of storage account over here. Okay, mine was some blob storage. So kind of thing. There's no blob folder. There's a container here. You select this container. You can give this parsing mode. So mine is a delimited text. It's a CSV file. So I give it as parsing mode this. So what happens is the parsing mode is if you select default, it consider everything as just one single document, which is something not good. And when you mention this delimited text or JSON, so it parses in that particular format. So if there are rows into it, it takes one row as one count. So the vectors are created in a much more better fashion rather than dumping everything together. Then I click on next. I see that column to vectorize. So what happens is in case of this, if there are any large columns in your data set, you might have to vectorize those columns, make vectors out of it. So my description is a large column in my this, so I vectorize that. This is the Azure OpenAI service comes into picture that you select your Azure OpenAI service, which sits in Azure. You have created an OpenAI service, and there's a model over here. Like this is the model. So this model comes from AI Foundry. So this is how I link my Copilot Studio with AI Foundry. So these are something models over here. I deploy base model. You deploy base model or anything. So right now we are using text embedding model for AI search that is required. You can deploy any other model as well, GPT models. And basically that model is being used over here. So this is connected via this. This is the OpenAI service. This is a model I'm creating. I know this must be too much, but this is not the main agenda for our demo. So I'm just going high level onto this. And I enable semantic re-ranking. So semantic re-ranker is something which semantic re-ranking is when there are some similar statements which matches your search. It makes the meaning out of it and gives the most closest to your question. So that's why we enable semantic re-ranker always. So it re-ranks your answer, the results that are fetched from the AI search service. So it is very important to enable semantic re-ranking for optimized response. I go to next and I click on create. It takes around 10 minutes for creating this indexes. So that's the index I have created, which is being used over here. I have attached over here. That's the index that I have. Then I go into tool and tool has got harmful messages. So harmful messages is nothing but what happens when someone writes something like I need a laptop to kill someone or something like that. So guardrails are very important in AI because AI can be used everywhere. I mean, for good and for bad purposes. So it's our duty to give some good guardrails and some relevant guardrails over here. So that's the tool which I have created in AI Builder. If you see, this is the harmful message prompt. So which is still in Power Platform, I would say, but it sits in AI Hub in AI Builder. So that's the prompt which I have written over here. It gets the instructions and what it needs to do when it gets certain kind of instruction. And this is something which I am using over here. I've attached it to my agent. And there's got a different agent as well. I'll come on to this. These are different topics. So I've created a laptop recommendation topic, which does this kind of different kind of task over here, like what happens when the user asks the questions. Then there is a This is not required right now for us. Analytics, which shows your complete performance of your agent. This is very important, where you see how your agent behaves, how much cost it's incurring, what are the knowledge it's using, what are the sessions, what are the chats, and everything can be retrieved from this tab. And channels is something where you can deploy your agents like Teams, M365, SharePoint, different places. So this is how like Copilot Studio things look like. There is also one more flow called as send email. So what we are doing is this is task plus retrieval. So there is an email laptop flow. So what happens is I created a simple flow, not too complex. When this flow calls, I send an email and respond it to Copilot. So this is how something you can connect it to external world using Power Automate. So we have Copilot Studio, we have AI Builder, we have Power Automate, and how we are connecting these three together. That's something shown over here, and with multi-agent in picture. So, so this is my agent. I'll just quickly show what this agent does. I need laptop. So it says what type of your laptop looking for, personal, business, or gaming. Let's say personal. So and this give me this kind of form like 16 GB. I have to fill this. This is a fancy thing. This is known as adaptive card, where you can give this fancy things over here. Good UI representation. So there is an knowledge source which is connected. So you can see the tracking over here. So these are some options which is gets from the knowledge source. That these are some laptop best fit into your requirement. So do you want to send this in an email? So this is till now it was retrieval thing. Now comes an action thing, task based thing. So I said yes, I want to send the email. So I give it as Mitul. So what I give my email ID and I click on submit, I'll get the email out of it. Details same. Would you like me to assist with other recommendation? I'll say no. And I got the email. So this is a simple thing wherein you are doing some task and retrieving your information and doing some kind of task. So that's where your agent looks like. So this is how I won't go into detail of this because it's too much to explain right now. Now what happens is, let's say along with my laptop selling, I'm also supporting a warranty agent wherein there is an issue with the laptop. There's an agent who has some information about the troubleshooting your laptop and gives that information. So let's say I have a question called as I I have I have an agent over here. This is my child agent. This one, which is the surface agent, which I'll show you what it does. First, let me ask a question. What action need to be taken in case of thermal event? So that is something. Yeah, so it gives out this information. So where does this information it gets? So this is, so what I do is I've created a simple, hang on. So there is a document, so PDF document. I'll get on my screen. Mhm. This is a PDF document, which is the warranty support guide for Microsoft Surface laptop. So what I've done is I've included this I've included this in my AI search, created one index because it's a large document of the images and everything, and I made a child agent out of this because my everything is related to laptop only. There is no different scenarios right now over here. So it's my child agent wherein it just supports the warranty things and everything over here. It has just those documents and gives answer related to those things. So that's why I made a child agent, and all the settings of this agent, which you see in this setting option, is same as your parent agent. So there is no new different thing over here. So that's where I use a child agent. Most important thing, in order to use agent to agent communication over here, your orchestration should be generative AI. So when you enable generative AI, your agent behaves much more in an intelligent fashion. So when you use your classic orchestration, it just goes to your topic, your tools and everything, what you designed in your topic, and it goes step by step way. So it does not use as much as intelligence as it needs to use. So when you use it as a generative AI mode, it uses its own intelligence as well, and that is required when you connect two agents together. So this should be yes, then only. And also, if I'll go to connected agents later, but let's say if you want to use this agent somewhere else, we have to enable it like this agent should can be used somewhere else as well. If we don't do this, we won't be able to use our agents elsewhere. So this is how I have made one child agent out of this, which is my surface. This has just this knowledge source, and when I ask this question, it goes to specific this agent and gets the answer. So it's not messing up with my laptop agent, which is created first just for giving laptop recommendation thing. So that's why I have created. So it gets answer from here, and this is the index which is connected to it, multimodal RAG service. So this is what happens, and like two agents connected to each other, and each agent does its own particular task, and they are not messing up with each other. So that's what happens over here. So if you see an agent, when I click on add agent, there's an option, a new child agent or the connected agents. That is something over here. So let's say there's a different agent which is auto vertex, does work in something related to car and all, a different thing. But let's say uh, someone needs both agents together, which should be connected. So we can connect those agents, we can pass the conversation between them and do that job. So that's how connected agents uh, comes into picture. So also, if you see over here, connect to external agent, it's still in preview. So still Microsoft is working on it and getting more out of it. So what we can do is we can create to Microsoft Fabric, Foundry, and agent to agent protocol as well. So I'll show you this one as well, how it works with Fabric. So this is how like two agents are connected in Copilot Studio. Any questions over here in this space before I move to Fabric agents?
Can you please expand a little bit more on the channels part? We said you can deploy this on the like a website on your application. Like for
Yeah,
example, if you have a website, like what do you need to do to get this integrated?
yeah. So when we go to website, we go to web app and we have to give the connection string, and we have to use this connection string and use it in your website. That can be done. Or else if you want to deploy it on, let's say Teams, you directly go here. It is already, this one is deployed to Teams right now, this agent. So you can configure it how your agent should look like and whom it is shared to. That can be done from here. So this one is already deployed to Teams. I can quickly show you in my Teams channel.
And does the licensing change based on what option you choose, Mitul, or is it the same licensing model?
No, it's the same licensing model. So once you get that per user license model,
Mm-hmm.
that's good enough for channels and all. So it does not change. Whether you use like pay as you go, so
Uh-huh.
that like is on your credits. So whichever works best for your organization. If like there's too much conversation happening,
Mm-hmm.
then I would suggest go with that fixed license of $50 per user per month or
Mm.
$30. I guess it's changed to 50 now. That can be used. Or if there is a like less conversation happening, you see that usage is pretty less, it won't cost you that much, then go with sorry, message pack of like 200 credit 25,000 credits for some to I need to check the amount. So you can go pay as you go, or that message pack can be purchased.
Got
So
it.
usually we start with message pack and see how the usage is. If it's going too much and it's expensive than my per user license, a fixed license, we go to fixed license. So that's what we do for our clients.
Great.
Yeah. So this is how my agent looks like in team. This one, the laptop agent, which I just showed you. So this is deployed to Teams right now over here. It's the same way. So everything happens the same way, but it gives a better look and feel and kind of thing. So you select every year, the same thing over here, and you go on. So this is how so right now I have only this. SharePoint can be done. It will take some more time, but WhatsApp and all I cannot do this because it's my organization account. So that's how you can get your agents anywhere the way you need from this. And
So,
also
so
one,
regarding so regarding the cost, so when you create your LLM or your agent, So for the resources and the memory for the inference, how does impact like if you choose a LLM that, for example, need like have 7 billions of parameters, whatever, and then you choose to have GPUs installed and everything. So can you tell us how you can see the impact of the cost when you have that deployed to the application, for example?
If I may understood your question correctly, so when you choose the LLM, so right now in Copilot Studio, you're not worried about the GPUs and all the things at this point in time, because everything, the performance is completely managed with this by this tool itself. So the models which you can select are given over here. These are the some limited models which you can select right now: GPT-5, 5 Auto, 5 Reasoning. So you can select these models, and the accuracy and things can be changed, or the type of responses are changed in this when you use a certain kind of model. But let's say if you want, I'm not sure whether my subscription has got the AI Foundry one. Let me see. Let's check that. So that AI Foundry one is not there in my subscription right now. But what you can do is, it has not pushed to my subscription, that there will be an option over here to select the models from AI Foundry as well. So let's say you deploy some model in Foundry over here. And now this depends on how many tokens you have deployed with, where is the location you have deployed, and how much it's being used. So your cost consumption happens here as well, along with the Copilot Studio license. So that's what you need to take into account. Let's say if you're taking any model out of Foundry into a Copilot Studio, you need to be careful about the cost consumption happening. Same happens if you take any flow from your AI builder, because AI builder flow connects to your different models, and even this incurs your cost. So this every portion needs to be taken care, like uh, because you use Copilot Studio, it has its own cost, but when you use external services, it has its own cost as well. So that needs to be taken care only here. There's no point of GPU or anything with Copilot Studio. At least it comes into picture when we use your own custom agents using AI Foundry and all. Did I answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So if I show you one agent where the topics and everything were defined. Also, I can show you a similar agent where I have just given the instruction. So that's the beauty of this tool, where I've not created any different topics or anything. What I've given is just some piece of instruction, what it need to do, and a knowledge source which is connected to AI search. So there is an instruction completely given over here. So when I see I need a laptop, so I get the complete list of questions directly from here. See, there is no adaptive card or anything like that. Sometime it
And sorry,
behaves.
Mitul, remind me, what's the knowledge source for this?
So
Are
the
you
knowledge
using?
source for the same, the AI search index itself,
Okay.
but in this there are no topics created like the earlier one that had like complete flow and orchestrator everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in this, I'm just enabling generative AI and giving all this instruction what it need to do. And if I give
Nice.
directly this as my answer, it fetches the information from that knowledge source which it has.
Okay, got it. Yeah,
Yeah,
so Mitul, in the interest of time, I know we are almost there.
yeah, yeah.
Maybe one last question that might help the group. What kind of limitations have you seen so far with the use of Copilot Studio?
Yeah. So with the use of Copilot Studio is, as I said, control and customization. I mean, control, I mean, you don't see what's happening behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
That's a limitation. So sometimes it goes like it goes and it hallucinates a lot, and you can't
mm-hmm,
do anything. What you can do is you can change the instruction, you can do something in a knowledge source,
mm-hmm.
that's it, or you can change your prompt. You can't do major things apart from this. That's the limitation I have seen, but also I've seen that the tool is improving a lot on a daily basis. So
Mm-hmm.
there are a lot of things coming into picture right now where it takes care of a lot of things. So that's the limitation. The main limitation I would say is like control and more customization
Mm-hmm.
over your custom agents.
Perfect.
That is something. I wanted to show one quick thing about the fabric thing. If you see, I have like NYC Taxi, everyone knows this. So
Mm-hmm.
I've created this quick agent in my fabric. This is the fabric agent where I can ask different questions. So what happens is in my this Copilot Studio, I go to add agent and I've clicked on fabric agent. So that's the agent which is created over here. This is my fabric agent now. So this is
Mm-hmm.
created in fabric. So I'll just take 1 minute. So let's say I can ask this.
That's a cool car. Are you planning to own that, or do you already own that?
Is it a cool car really? I'm not planning to own this soon at least. So you can ask some questions, which is this sits in Fabric. So if you have some Fabric licenses and your data scientist and everyone who uses Fabric can have this over here. So the data sits in like semantic model in Fabric. I've
Mm-hmm.
not used this since long, so yeah, it works. So this is the complete detail which it gives, like about credit card revenue and everything for analysis purpose. So and if I have to extend this to after world, what I do is I get it into Copilot Studio. I
Mm-hmm.
use that agent over here,
Mm-hmm.
and now I can you deploy this agent anywhere, as I mentioned earlier. So this is
Yeah.
also one another multi-agent scenario which can be used
Mm-hmm.
with Fabric data agents. So you can get your Fabric data agents out in the world using Copilot Studio and use it wherever you want. So that is something a cool thing about multi-agent thing which can be done with Fabric as well. Similarly, you can create your agents in Foundry and get it into Copilot Studio and use both together. That can be
Mm-hmm.
done.
Yeah,
So
this is awesome, Mitul. Yeah, I really appreciate you going through this. And yeah, I'm sure a
yeah,
lot of this is new to a lot of our group members, probably a little advanced, but yeah, I'm glad that
yeah,
we
yeah.
had
That's why I didn't go
this.
in much detail. But
Yeah.
anyone who starts their agent journey, one thing is very important to know about is how do you write the prompt, the prompting. And for prompting, something which Microsoft has also given this there is an article on this, like you can use goal, context,
Mm-hmm.
source, expectation. This four fields. This is a framework, GCSE. So if you design your prompt in this way, like what is the goal you need out of your agent? What are the sources it refers to?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, what is the context of your agent and what is the expectation? Setting expectation is very important, even with agents. It's
Mm-hmm.
not only
Mm-hmm.
with partners, but with agents as well. So set correct expectation and it will behave in a very good way. This is my experience. So do try to use like goal, context, source, expectation. Set your prompt in this way. So your because prompting is the heart of any agents. Instructions are heart of any agents, and it will behave in a much more better way than directly giving the instruction, do this, that, etc.
Makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense. Awesome.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's it from the agent side. I mean, there are a lot of things, but this is something in this session.
Yeah, we
Maybe
can totally do a part two with you, Mitul. Yeah, this was great.
yeah,
I
yeah,
know.
absolutely. I have a lot of things to put on agents actually.
Okay. Lovely. Yeah. Thank you so much for taking our time, and thanks everyone for joining. We should have a recording for this, so this will go into the DUG YouTube channel. So yeah, for our YouTube viewers as well, thank you for watching this, and hope to see you guys soon. I think we'll have another session next month. So yeah, you should see an update on that pretty soon.
Okay.
Thanks everyone.
Yeah. Thanks everyone. Thanks, Pradeep. Bye bye.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
like I think Microsoft also connected with Loblaw separately.
Okay, so in the meeting that we were just in with Dave, when I asked if you had met with Mohammed,